I never anticipated that investigating this abandoned asylum would lead to my worst nightmares coming to life. But when the door to the basement opened, everything changed. The rusted gate creaked open with a deafening screech, revealing a dark and foreboding asylum that had been abandoned for over half a century. It was like stepping into another world, one where the walls themselves were whispering tales of madness and despair. As I ventured deeper into the asylum's eerie embrace, each step sent shivers down my spine. The air grew heavy with a suffocating sense of dread. It felt like unseen eyes were watching my every move, judging my presence with an otherworldly stare. I could almost hear the echoes of tormented souls wandering the desolate halls, their cries for help mingling with the mournful wind that whistled through broken windows. Their sadness was palpable, reaching out to me like icy fingers, trying to pull me into its abyss. The further I explored, the more I uncovered chilling evidence of the asylum's dark past. Dusty medical charts lay strewn about, detailing the horrifying experiments conducted within these very walls. And then there were the photographs, haunting images of patients subjected to the most cruel and inhumane treatments imaginable. Faces stared back at me with vacant eyes, their silent screams echoing in my mind long after I turned away. It was as if the asylum itself was trying to reveal its secrets, to expose the horrors that had unfolded within its confines. And as I pieced together the fragmented stories of those who had suffered here, I felt a growing sense of urgency. There was something more to this place, something sinister lurking beneath the surface. The asylum wasn't just a repository of pain and despair. It was a portal to a terrifying realm where the boundaries between sanity and madness blurred. But before we dive into the heart of this terrifying tale, let me introduce myself. I am your host, and it is my duty to explore the darkest corners of our world and bring you the most spine-chilling stories. Join me as we uncover the mysteries and horrors that lie in wait, guaranteed to keep you on the edge of your seat. So if you're brave enough to venture into the shadows with me, hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. As I cautiously made my way through the labyrinthine corridors of the asylum, the oppressive atmosphere intensified. It was as though the very essence of the building was determined to crush me under its weight. Then I saw it, an opening in the wall that revealed a dark and narrow staircase leading down into the unknown. My heart pounded against my ribs as I realized this must be the entrance to the basement. Curiosity and a morbid fascination compelled me forward. I descended into the darkness, each step echoing ominously in the stillness. The basement was a cavernous space, illuminated only by slivers of light that pierced through cracks in the ceiling. The air was stale and heavy, laden with the stench of decay and despair. It was here, amidst the shadows, that I uncovered the most disturbing evidence of all. Medical instruments lay abandoned on a metal table, their sharp edges glinting menacingly in the dim light. The sight sent a jolt of fear through me, conjuring images of patients subjected to horrific experiments. I could almost hear their screams reverberating through the concrete walls, their pain mingling with the musty odor of decay. As I continued my exploration, I came across cells with rusted bars, each one a testament to the countless souls that had been confined within them. The silence was deafening, broken only by the sound of my own ragged breathing. Suddenly, a noise from the corner of the room shattered the silence. I froze, my heart racing as I strained to listen. Then I heard it again, a soft, dragging sound, as if someone or something were slowly being pulled across the floor. Fear tightened its grip around my throat, making it difficult to breathe. I stood paralyzed, unable to comprehend the horrors that might be lurking in the shadows. Was I truly alone in this forsaken place? Or was I being watched, hunted by an unseen presence? The asylum had revealed its darkest secret, and now I found myself trapped in its clutches, unsure of what other terrors awaited me in the depths of its haunting embrace. The harrowing sights in the basement left me shaken to my core, but I knew I couldn't stay there any longer. The unsettling feeling of being watched intensified, and I felt an overwhelming urge to escape the suffocating presence of the asylum. As I stumbled back up the creaking stairs and emerged into the dimly lit corridor, I noticed a peculiar symbol carved into the wall. It was an enigmatic design that seemed to mock my futile attempts to understand the darkness that permeated this place. But as my eyes adjusted to the gloom, I realized that I wasn't alone. In the distance, a hunched figure emerged from the shadows, its face obscured by the darkness. Terror surged through me as I watched it approach, each step heavy and deliberate. My mind raced, trying to comprehend what I was seeing. Was it a ghost, a deranged patient, or something else entirely? With a surge of adrenaline, I turned and fled, racing through the asylum's echoing halls in a desperate attempt to escape the pursuing figure. The sound of my own footsteps mingled with the creature's heavy tread, creating a terrifying symphony of fear. I could feel its presence closing in on me, its suffocating aura seeping into my bones. Just when I thought I had reached the end of my physical and emotional endurance, I stumbled upon a locked door. With trembling hands, I searched for a way to escape, my heart pounding against my ribs like a frantic bird in a cage. But as I looked back, the figure had vanished, melting back into the shadows from whence it came. Panting heavily, I leaned against the door, my body racked with sobs. I was safe, or so I thought, for as the seconds ticked by, the realization dawned on me that I wasn't merely dealing with a ghost or a living nightmare. This was something far more sinister, a malevolent entity that thrived on fear and despair. And it seemed that the asylum was its hunting ground. Now trapped within its decaying walls, I knew that I had to confront the darkness head on, or become another soul, lost forever to the abyss. The terror of the asylum followed me relentlessly, seeping into my dreams and turning them into horrifying nightmares. Sleep offered no escape from the clutches of fear, as I found myself tossed and turned in a restless sea of darkness. In my dreams, the asylum loomed over me, its silhouette a jagged claw against the moonless sky. And then there was the creature, a shapeless void that stalked me through the winding corridors of my subconscious. Its presence was a suffocating blanket, stealing away my breath and leaving me paralyzed with terror. The once familiar faces of my loved ones twisted into grotesque masks of pain and anguish, their eyes hollow sockets that stared back at me with accusing silence. I cried out in my sleep, my voice echoing the torment of those lost souls trapped within the asylum's haunting embrace. But no one came to my rescue. I was utterly alone in my personal hell, desperately clawing at the suffocating darkness that threatened to consume me whole. Each night became a descent into madness, a terrifying journey through the labyrinth of my own fears. And as the line between dreams and reality blurred, I knew that the asylum had invaded my very soul, trapped in a cycle of endless torment. I prayed for dawn to break, hoping that the light of day would banish the nightmares that haunted my slumber. But even as the sun rose, casting its pale glow upon the world. The creature from my dreams lingered at the edge of my vision, a constant reminder that true terror knows no bounds. And so, I awoke each morning drained and trembling, forever haunted by the specter of fear that stalked me both in the waking world and in the ethereal realms of my sleep. With each passing moment, the asylum's influence over me grew stronger, its icy fingers digging deeper into my psyche. The nightmares were relentless, each one chipping away at my sanity, leaving me teetering on the precipice of despair. The once vibrant colors of my world faded, replaced by a monochrome palette of gray that mirrored the bleak landscape of my soul. The laughter of children turned to whispers, their innocent games echoing the taunts of tormented souls. The asylum's grasp tightened around me, squeezing the joy and warmth from my existence. Yet amidst the encroaching darkness, a flicker of defiance remained. I refused to surrender to the consuming shadows, clinging to the last vestiges of hope. Armed with the resolve of a cornered animal, I began to fight back, determined to reclaim my life from the clutches of fear. It was a battle fought not with weapons of steel, but with the enduring strength of the human spirit. Slowly but surely, I started to reclaim my world from the grasp of terror. I sought solace in the support of my loved ones, finding comfort in their unwavering belief in my strength. Together we confronted the haunting echoes of the asylum, refusing to let them define my reality. It was a hard-won victory, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit in the face of overwhelming darkness. But even as I emerged from the shadows, the scars left by the asylum's haunting embrace remained. They served as a reminder of the battles fought and the horrors witnessed, forever etching the experience into my soul. And so I share my story, hoping to shed light on the darkest corners of fear and madness. For it is in confronting our deepest terrors that we find the strength to overcome them. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the harrowing depths of the abandoned asylum. If you too have ever dared to venture into the realm of darkness, I invite you to share your experiences in the comments below. And if you seek more spine-chilling tales, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Until next time, may you find solace in the light, and may your nightmares remain just that, stories whispered in the darkness.